So a year ago, I made a video asking for your hot takes on Ro-Ghoul, whether they were actually good or just straight up wild. And now finally, a year later, we are back with part 2. So if you want to be featured in the next hot takes video, drop your hot takes down below in the comments. Just a disclaimer that your username will be shown in the video. So let's begin. Alex needs to add CCG bosses. Do you agree? I actually agree with this one. Right now, the only CCG boss in the game is Kotaro Amon, and while he's a solid pick, that's literally it. One guy. For a faction as big and important as the CCG, that's kind of underwhelming. There are so many good characters from the anime that could spice things up, like Korea Mado. Imagine the kind of moveset he could have with all his Quinkei weapons. He'd be perfect as a boss. Also, I don't even know if the fighter boss is supposed to be CCG or not. The game just calls him Fighter Boss. Give us actual named characters from the source material. People want bosses they recognize, not just fighter boss with the health bar. Ro-Ghoul's already got the grind. What it needs is variety, and new CCG bosses would be a good step in the right direction. So yeah, I do agree that Alex needs to add more CCG bosses. CCG dominates ghouls. Yeah, no, I'm not buying that. I get why some people feel that way. CCGs have flashy Quinkeis, Arata armor, and all that, but if you actually play both sides, you'll realize that ghouls aren't exactly struggling. Let's break it down. Ghouls have Kakukong, literally a King Kong inspired Kaggon. Then there's Kakujira, basically Godzilla in Kaggon form. And don't even get me started on Noro. That thing is a straight up monster with insane damage and regen. You really think those are underpowered? Ghouls don't need an Arata armor just to be tanky or do more damage. They just are. And with the trainer that lets you heal after consuming a corpse, I would say that is very overpowered in public wars. And we can't ignore Takizawa, that Kaggon is so brain dead it's basically a PvP cheat code. You know it, I know it, every sweat and tryhard is clinging to it like their ego would shatter if they ever lost without it. So no, CCG doesn't dominate ghouls, but at the end of the day, of course, it's not about what you're using, it's about how good you are with it. A combat rework, maybe a game modes mode, and definitely a new map. It's been the same for a few years. Yeah, this one is a solid take. The map has already been the same for years, and thankfully, like I mentioned in my previous videos, we're finally getting a new one, and it's already looking like a big improvement. As for a combat rework, I get why people want it. The game definitely feels outdated, but realistically, I don't think Ro-Ghoul's current code can support something that big, and the rework might just cause more problems than it fixes. It's not that it's a bad idea, it's just hard to pull off with how the game is built right now. And about game modes, I agree. That would bring in more content, give people more things to do aside from farming or PvP. If they ever add it, that could help bring the game back to life a bit. Overall, this comment nails it. Just easier said than done when the game is already this deep into development. We need a walrus Kaggon. You know what? I'm down. A walrus Kaggon sounds hilarious, and honestly, Ro-Ghoul could use more weird stuff just for the fun of it. But let's be real, the moment this drops, the "it's not canon" crowd is gonna start crying again. Same people who freak out every time something isn't ripped straight from the anime. And yeah, I get it, Tokyo Ghoul is a dark, serious series, but let's not act like Ro-Ghoul has ever been strictly canon. We literally have a King Kong Kaggon and a Godzilla Kaggon. So yeah, a walrus Kaggon, I don't really care, I'm here for it. Tatara needs a buff. You know what? I actually agree. Tatara does need a buff. Even with those recent quiet or secret buffs it got, it's still not holding up compared to some of the other Kaggones in the game right now. I mean, just put it next to something like Takizawa, which is basically a top tier PvP monster. And the difference is clear. Tatara feels clunky. Its damage doesn't really hit hard, and overall, it just doesn't bring enough pressure to the fight. It looks cool, yeah, but right now, it feels like it's stuck in that mid zone where it's not bad enough to be memed on, but not strong enough to actually be considered meta. Honestly, if they ever plan to give older Kaggone some love, Tatara should be high on that list. I want Alex to make the leveling system better and more fun. Okay, I'm gonna be real here. I don't fully get what people mean when they say they want the leveling system to be better or more fun. Like, what do you exactly want? More bosses? Game modes? Minigames? We literally have the objectives update now, and that already made the game 10 times easier to grind. People are hitting max level in under a week because of it. Before that update, all we had was fighting NPCs and bosses non-stop, no directions. Now you've got objectives and specific tasks, and they actually reward you with XP or hearts. That is a better leveling system. I mean, sure, if you're the type who wants to grind by killing players and taking their hearts, go for it, but let's not pretend that's easy unless you're cracked at PvP. So yeah, the system might not be perfect, but calling it not fun? I feel like you're ignoring how far it's come. Wait, I forgot this comment was 11 months ago where the objectives update was not yet a thing, I'm sorry. Ginkgo is so predictable. I do agree the skills are very repetitive and the combos are all very similar. I think having a Ginkgo rework in the near future would be necessary, especially since the kaggon that Ginkgo is made out of is the Noro kaggon, which recently got reworked. Ro-Ghoul dev is best dev, so that's the Ro-Ghoul dev himself, Sushi Walrus. Now, a lot of people would instantly disagree with this. Some think he's one of the worst devs out there, mainly because he refuses to hire anyone and wants to do everything on his own. And yeah, it seems like he's really passionate about handling the game solo. But this mindset has rubbed a lot of players the wrong way. There are folks calling him the yandere dev of Roblox, which is wild, but it shows how split the community is. Some see dedication, others see ego. Either way, it's one of those things where both sides have valid points. You can respect someone's passion and still question how they manage their project, but at the end of the day, Ro-Ghoul is still getting updated and people are still playing. But whether that's enough, that's up to the community to decide. Alright, so that's it for this one. If you've got more hot takes, whether it's about Ro-Ghoul or any Roblox game at all, leave them in the comments. Could be anything like Grow Garden is overrated or Blox Fruits is dead. We're turning this into a full-on Roblox hot take series. So if your opinion's spicy enough, it might just show up next time. So that's going to be it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, as we are closing in on 20,000 subscribers. And as always, thanks for watching, stay alty, and peace out.